The last time this friend of mine was here, we were talking about the objectifying that is happening in society, especially towards women and men. Majorly, of course, women were part of the conversation. And so today on Relationship Circle, we are talking matters consent. And we have Simon Says in the building.
Hey, how are you doing?
I
Good
am
morning.
fantastical.
And you look like it.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. There you go. It was not hard for you to receive a compliment. Congratulations. That's a big step.
I've grown. I've
Personal
grown.
growth. Yeah,
Yes.
by far. Exactly. But what's going on with you?
What do you mean what's going on? Do you want us to do that here?
See, I'm asking for consent for the conversation.
I knew you were going to do something about this, but I'm happy you're here. Always a lovely time having you in studio.
Thank you.
And the last time you remember we were here and we had you and we had a HR expert,
Yes.
and we were just talking about objectifying that of women especially when it happens at the office space. And now we're just taking it out of that space into the world and the role of a man when it comes to consent. Is it just a women's affair where I have to say yes for you to, you know, to hear it? Or should I be keen for when the man says no or yes?
When does a man even say no? Actually, that can be a
They
rare case. That can be a
do.
rare case. The
Yeah.
thing about consent, even like even drawing it back a little bit.
Yeah.
Remember, the reason why consent is actually a really big conversation right now is because initially this was the case. In order for you to have access to intercourse, way back in the day, was marriage.
Yes.
See, marriage was quote unquote
Yes.
the consent
Consent.
itself. Now, the conversations are not really around. Wait until you get married. That has gone even out the window. Even you know
Yes,
it. Like
yes.
that conversation is not there anymore. Everybody knows everybody's out here wilding because it's like a liberation of like everybody can actually experience now. Everybody can go out there and you know what? I want to like sexually experience like different things.
So it's actually a
I wanna
different
engage.
phenomena when you say, "Oh, you know, I'm a virgin at this age," or "I'm not doing."
You look
this
at you
at
have
this
a
age."
disease like
Yes,
ugh,
so
like
it's
what's wrong
really
with you?
like what you're saying is true. That
Yeah,
it's
it's
really,
people-
really changed.
Yeah, that's the truth. Even people will say, even when you say like, "Oh, I'm a virgin, I'm 27,"
Yeah.
people will look at you like, "Okay, first of all, are you going through something?
Are you okay?
Do you have options? Like, do people like you? Like, maybe there's something wrong with you, rather than that's a decision that you have
Yeah.
made for yourself.
Yeah.
That's you have to know that's where we're at this moment in time in society. So when you move now to this stage where now, since it's actually been now, everybody's now experiencing it, people are more liberated, like, let me experience this thing that now I am able to do, and now I'm able to now use protection. Hello, World AIDS Days tomorrow. So then now, protection to even now prevent any long-term repercussions for my actions. So hence there's that freedom. You have to remember when you're given access to a lot of freedom, then now you're able to, now people are going to of course exert that freedom and actually they'll say, you know what, let me experience this, let me try it. Oh yeah, I can even maybe even use like a toy. Oh yeah, or even I can do whatever, I can do whoever. That's literally what it is now. People are literally now liberated to actually now experience so many things.
Okay.
And that's what happens now. The consent conversation now comes in. To what extent is this individual willing to go as far with you? Now that's the key thing now. And now literally now people can be like canceled and everything, like because of like if you go over too much, you're not able to read social cues. 'Cause that's a
Yes.
key thing.
That's it.
And the
But then how I interpret that is different.
What do you
So how you interpret social cues might be your way of doing that, and I do not probably understand it or see it. That's why verbal consent is key. Over and above being like, it's okay to say no, it's okay to say yes, so that I said it. I did not act like it.
Now here's the thing. But here's the thing now, the burden now of that communication falls heavily on y'all because now for us to be able to receive that communication, because as guys, we're very binary. Here's what I mean. When a lady can actually say no with the undertone of keep on trying.
No.
There's this way, in this way, in
No.
this way, not that, in this way. And I'm being honest, in this way. No, look, hear me out. I know what you're about to say. Hear me out. In this way, I don't want to appear too easy for you. And she may not even say the word no, she may just ignore you. I don't want to appear too easy for you, and I understand that because of course you want to keep your moral outlook.
So I'm just
to other
playing hard to
people.
get.
That is a common thing. Of course. That happens a lot, of course. And a lot of times, guys usually, you have to prove your worth to a woman to some extent before even she sees you as a viable option. How many people have you heard? You know, at first when I met this guy, he was annoying. I didn't even like him, whatever. But then now you see after several times meeting, whatever, you see, it can be just as simple as maybe another meeting, another what. I'm not saying no to intercourse itself, like straight up, like intercourse. I'm talking about like another meeting, even because that is in different forms.
Yes.
Like, can I sit close to you?
Yes.
That's
Can
even
I,
in
can
itself.
I hold you?
Yeah. Can I even touch your hand? Whatever.
Yes.
There's those. I'm
Yes.
not even talking about like intercourse
Yes.
itself.
Yes.
I'm talking about even like normal
Yes.
like social things before now we get to actually now intercourse itself. Yeah.
So it is true that if you feel that someone is crossing the line with you without your consent, whatever the line is, if you do not like to be touched, if you do not want to be hugged, there are people who are like, please, my personal space, don't do it. So that can be a violation of your space.
Yeah.
So it starts from those lines. I don't want you to cross here. And I think it's important for the conversation to be able to say no, and whoever is being told no, to be able to understand that I do not mean no with undertones of yes, Simon.
Now here's the thing. Be able to also say yes, and also be liberated to actually now saying that yes, I do want this.
Yes.
There's that also.
That's true.
There's that also. You have to
That's
remember
true.
that there's
Yes.
also now is also this way. For us, when it comes to this consent conversation, is usually directed towards only one gender.
But that is the truth, and I'm hoping that you can bring out the other side, what it is that we need to be looking out for and what we need to hear, and why is it that it's one-sided? Is it because a man will be looked at funny when they go like, don't touch me like that? You know, it's
I would
it's
say it's like
supposed to
this.
be okay.
I'm about to ask you a question. This,
Don't do it.
No, this is different.
When you do that with your eyes.
You know it. Now listen. No, here's the thing. When it comes to consent for women, usually it's physical and like don't touch my body with physical space because that's how you want your space and
Space,
everything.
yes.
When a guy, then as a lady, be willing to accept consent when a guy says no, for saying that don't invade within my finances. That's also another thing now. Don't invade within my.
But you see,
Wait, no. Here's the thing.
I'm just saying, like there's no
when you
way.
ask,
There's no
don't
way.
feel some type of way, and
When
like,
okay, so you see, there's no way to invade into your finances without you actually okaying it. It's
Well-
not like you touching my shoulders.
yeah, true.
So
But then there's a pushback. Usually, there's a pushback. Sometimes even there's that. As a guy, usually when it comes to it, usually being honest. If intercourse is happening, the woman is the one who has allowed it. As a guys, you have to remember, anytime you are quote unquote getting lucky is because the woman has allowed it. The woman has all the power.
if she did not say yes, she did not allow
Yeah,
it.
literally, did not happen. It did not happen.
But then we will not ignore the fact that there are people who will push their way through this because one, you're probably married to me, or probably we've done it before. Probably we are dating.
Then they assume.
probably so yes, and that's the thing. So this whole conversation is not strictly on dating. It is also consent in marriage, consent in dating. And just because we've sipped this tea together a couple of times, it does not mean that every time I see you, Simon, I want to sip tea with you.
I get you, and that's when now it comes to down communication now in this way. Because one thing I say even to guys to just be safe, this is the key thing, you can take it down which way you want to take it, use this as a principle. If you cannot, whoever it is that you want to engage physically with, if you cannot talk about the very thing that you are about to engage in with the other person, then that means you're not able to actually, you should not be in it. Talk about it, because that's a key thing now. That's why there's that, if you as a guy, if you actually do want to take it there and you want to get into a woman's head, then actually now start talking about it, so then you can see whether she will actually invite you in to actually now say, okay, cool then. And that comes from a premonition of, you got to know that she is the gatekeeper.
Yes.
Okay, you got to know that she's the gatekeeper of actual intercourse, even further, going on even further in the physical interaction, be it so on and so forth. And of course, it comes in time. Even just the way you meet a stranger, you just randomly walk on a stranger in their face. No, because even you feel awkward. Even get away from even intercourse. Even normal is like you meeting a random stranger, even though we're sitting right here.
You're very careful, you know.
Yeah.
You don't just, you know, on your face on them. You don't go hugging them or being in their faces. And I think I'm just going to throw this question to our audience today. Do you think we have sort of like society somehow, because now we're not waiting till marriage, and somehow those morals are Sidriwea, and now we are just, the body count ikiwa when the omnoma zaidi or whatever. What is the conversation around consent? Do you understand? Do you feel like yours has been violated before? What are the concerns, the questions that you have around consent? And do you think it's more the women who are allowed to just say no and yes? And what about the men? Do we hear them? Are they able to say it? 111 that is our SMS line. Switch TV KE on Instagram, Switch TV Kenya on Facebook. We're going to take a very short commercial break. When we come back, Simon Says will still be here with us.
I will?
Yeah. Welcome back to Full Circle with Mikhail. I don't know why your hands are flying all over in my screen, but it's fine. We're talking about consent, and Simon Says is in the building. And our Facebook question today is, how do we think men perceive consent? So that is the question. And I've gotten a couple of feedback here. Lion Obimbo says, according to me, a no is a no, and we move on regardless. Nastatic Mgembetenje. We as men, I know it's an unsuspected answer, not only to us but to every sijui nani. Unasema uko locked. Mwihaki Bethy say, as for me, no is a no, and you can't make me change it. Makadara tuko locked. Joy Murungi say, now this looks like a killer. I don't know who is looking like a killer. Pauline Wanjiri say, I think many men, no means yes or maybe. It's like the word no does not exist to them. That's from a lady called Pauline. And Muturi Wanje, who says, to me, no is a no, and you're watching all the way from Thika Kisii Estate. And I don't know.
What is, because that question you asked is, what does consent mean to us men?
Yes.
Okay, primarily it means like, if the lady is guiding you towards the actual intercourse itself,
yes,
and she's actually now not giving any like warding off signs, like if she's now staying within your presence, if she has agreed to come, if she's actually now within now a place where it's just you two alone, hence quote unquote alone time, that registers in a man. I'm not telling you like what registers in a man, okay? That registers in a man as, okay, she has agreed to come this far. That means now we can actually take this a little bit further than if we're actually in public, where maybe our conversations would maybe be at a distance, and maybe physical touch would not be something that we'd actually engage in. Now, when we're like, you've agreed now to come, and within now my place or some place where just alone us two, now the conversation now guides, should we now we've actually now get a little bit closer, proximity is now a little bit closer, we may sit a little bit closer, we may engage in more touching and everything. Now that it now guides on to now the guy wants to now go all the way to intercourse. Now that's where it becomes blurry.
I'm waiting.
Now it becomes blurry.
I'm waiting.
Now it becomes blurry when now the lady now starts second guessing whether she has actually made the right choice. Now it even goes further, because even there's some people who even say, like, let's say you guys go all the way, okay? Then now it happens, ladies you go all the way, you finish. Then now the next day the lady regrets it. Is that act last night consent?
Yes, if she did not say no.
In some cases,
if she said no, that's the thing for me. It's not about if I am communicating before and I'm saying no, I am not sure, I don't think I want this anymore. That is where it stops. That is where the line is drawn. And I want to believe that it should be the same on both ends, on whatever levels. And I know it's difficult. The way I can see your face, I know it's a bit difficult for you to maybe see it that way. But I don't think it can change that a no is a no. And because it's in those blurry lines, I had to say that slowly, that rape happens then. Because now I did not say yes to you. I kept saying don't do it. I kept saying no. I've changed my mind. I don't want to do this. I want to go home. And it's in that space when it happens, then that is not consensual.
Now let me tell you, on a man's perspective, that point where you just said I've changed my mind and everything.
Yes.
As a man, how men take it, which may not be the right way.
It is
how,
not.
Now listen carefully, relax. Breathing exercises, you got them.
Whatever.
Now the key thing is, as a man, you may take that as rejection or as you as a human being. When in fact, this could be the real case in most cases when a woman changes her mind. When a woman changes her mind, it could be maybe something biologically that she's not comfortable with. Even maybe she may
Just
feel
stop.
like, or she could have maybe smelled some bad sweat on you.
Yes.
And then now it's like,
I don't want to do it.
Now it's now changed
Yes.
up. And initially it was a yes, it was just something small that changes up last minute.
And until I say yes to that foul, sweaty thing and I'm okay with it,
Yeah.
it's still no.
Now-
And that's the thing, because now let's say you're married, right? And you're
a scary
married.
thought.
You're married and you're in I saw something, I don't know if it's true or not, that you cannot experience rape in marriage, and
You can.
I think you can. I think you can, because the moment you say no, it doesn't mean that I'm married to you, it's 2020 whatever. It's not.
I get you. Here's the main, even the core of it all is this. Like, even in all these cases where the lady now feels uncomfortable in some scenarios, it may be even she may be like, feel like, okay, right now maybe feel like I'm not like safe, or I'm not whatever, I'm not sure everything's okay, I'm not reading the vibe. Ladies go a lot via vibe and everything. You've not set the mood right, you've not set some setting. It could be something small. It could be literally an adjustment that you need to make as a guy. A little adjustment. So primarily what happens is, a lot of cases is that when you say no hesitantly, he probably seems like, okay, what's wrong? What did I do wrong that I need to change? Because you coming here initially, meaning that everything was okay. So in my head as a guy is solution oriented. What do I need to fix right now so that this no transacts to a yes?
So
That's-
if you stop and go take your encyclopedia and start to solve this, good
Now wait,
job.
pause, wait.
If you do that.
Now
if,
I have to go get an encyclopedia. What?
not
So just
really,
speak.
not literally an encyclopedia. I spoke, I said no. You
Yeah,
see,
no.
that's the thing.
The guy
I
says no.
said
Why? No, why?
Because I just don't want to. It's no is a complete answer. If you ask, it's a complete statement.
It is.
It is a complete statement.
I'm telling you how guys interpret it.
And I understand.
Yes.
Interpret it as you walk away from me.
Pause.
Yes.
You're within my premises.
Yes.
Okay, but you're
Yeah.
within. No, I'm being
Like,
pragmatic. Let's be pragmatic. Okay, we're not. Stop fluffy talk. Okay, no fluffy talk. We're in an area now.
Yes.
Here, you said no.
Yes.
Right now, you've come in all perked.
Yes.
You came in here looking good.
Yes.
Everything. You're fresh
Yes.
and everything.
Yes.
Here I am in my sandals and my whatever.
Yes.
And now maybe it could have been my hairy legs that you said. You said
I still
no.
know.
And you said no.
Yes.
Now.
Do you want to
saying
go
that
shave your
why?
legs now? You know what I mean?
That's what. If you say your legs,
But then
cool.
it's
That's
not-
even
it's
better.
not-
That's okay. Communication.
Exactly. And I communicated. That's the thing that I don't want you to lose sight of. I communicated and I said no. So when I said no, it is not for you then to trisex everything that you think could be wrong.
Here's what.
So when I
communication-
say no, take a step back in terms of, okay.
Why?
You know, okay, then
Yes.
let's have a conversation.
Yes.
Are you okay to have it now? Do you want to have it later? Because when we go with this thought of you came to my house, then it gives you a right to,
Not a right.
think that now, because even jana nilikuwa kwa nyumba yako, Simon, I came and we went all the way. But then today I came, yes, but I do not want to go all the
Now
way.
here's the thing. I'm
And
talking
if
about
I
like
say
a
no-
guy says. Now I'm trying to tell you, communication means that I
Yes.
have to receive the information that you've given me
Yes.
and actually interpret it the right way. So you have to be willing to also hear what I say.
That's okay.
When you say no, what I hear.
That's okay.
When you say no, I hear something Simon did or something Simon has shown her
Yeah.
that transacted into a no, and hence I take that person and say, okay, cool, did I do something wrong? Is it the wallpaper? Do I need to call the guy that was here, maybe change up the wallpaper or something? That's a bit, now when you communicate, not no, primarily it's like, hey, something is whatever, it's this, and it's no, for me right now, I'm uncomfortable, whatever. Say, okay, cool.
That's okay.
I can now, whatever, now clearly communicate. You have to
that's
remember,
true.
like, speak,
That's
because
true.
if you don't speak and you just assume, the guy will keep on trying, and
Yeah.
he's just out here grabbing every single
Everything.
because he doesn't know what you mean by this no exactly.
So, and it's okay. But the thing is, you will not continue. So as you think about what to change, as you think about asking me, why did you stop? What is wrong? Do you need something?
Yeah.
Can we talk about it?
What do you need
Then
to feel
that's-
comfortable?
yes.
What is it like?
So that,
You need your
yes,
you
but
need
the
like
fact that I said no, I think everything stops there, and now we start the talking.
yeah.
The talking without you trying to now, because there's also pressure. Probably you've told your jama zuko leo, and then they're
Not even-
probably
not e-
outside the door.
not even
probably
that.
they're in the other room. They're
And they're
just
there
waiting,
cheering squad.
and it's just
Go!
exactly.
No.
So there's also peer pressure. Ya hiyo yenye lazima whatever I intended to do to happen. But then people change their mind. Even men change them, and maybe it's not verbal.
Yes.
For them, it might be I am not able to do it.
Yes.
You see, I'm not able to. So as a woman, I should not be like, sasa shida yako nini?
What's your problem?
Exactly. So it should be both ways. Maybe the men one will not be ati apana, and there are men who say no. So
Yes,
it's okay.
It's even the cases where even you
Yeah.
can say no, but then even when you say no, even to a girl, you have to be very gentle with it.
That's
what
true.
I've seen.
That's
now
true.
the
And
thing
both
is,
ways.
and the thing, yes, that's what I was trying to say. When it comes to another woman, usually it's just a no, get away from me. It's like, but it can be scary. It
wacha
can be
bana
scary.
wewe. What do you mean? Tuko na maswali hapa. Morning with Kali. I'm Lois from Nakuru. I think consent has been taken for granted. Nowadays, people don't even ask if it's a yes or a no. They just assume it's a yes. And that's what we're seeing. Both of us are saying that no. We're moving away from assumptions. We're not assuming anything. People have voices, and even as women, to use the voice and say, no, I am saying no, and I really do not need to explain myself, if you ask me. So that was a statement. Simon, before you
In
jump
some cases,
so
you
hi,
might.
Weeks.
In some cases, you might. If
Yes.
you're already within us two, alone, yes. But if you're in public and you say no, it's a no.
No. No is a no anywhere.
No is a
My
no, but be
is-
very cognizant of where you are.
I understand, because like I said,
Context is key.
it is key, but then we are having this conversation for men and women
Yes.
together in this situation, because you are hoping that everybody's hearing, men and women are hearing this today. And the thing is, it does not matter where we are. I came to your house
Yes.
because I said yes to it. I
Yeah.
was not kidnapped, right?
So guess
it's
what?
in the same breath, in the same space, it's in the same that I can still say no to getting physically intimate with you.
And that's okay. Just tell the guy. Just communicate that.
Just say
just
no.
understand when you're in the context within that house,
Yeah.
the guy has a different thing in his head. And hence, your no will not register as what you're saying. And that's what I'm trying to tell you in practical sense.
I
not
get you.
Not ideally what
I get
should
you,
be.
but then again,
I-
even
what
for
it
the
is.
woman who's saying no to you, she also has things in her head. We can't assume you're the only one who's thinking of Jupiter and Mars.
Yes,
we
of
are
course.
also. So I'm saying no because there's something. I'm not just saying no for the fun of it.
Yeah.
I'm saying no because I actually mean no. I'm saying no because I am thinking twice about it. I'm saying
You have
no
your second
because
guesses
all of a
about some
sudden,
things, yeah.
all of a sudden, I really do not feel like I want to do it now, and that's okay.
Or the mood is
And
not right. Yeah,
and
I
if I
get
want to
it.
do it 2 hours later and I say yes at that
Yeah.
point,
Now that's why it's confusing.
I'm sorry.
That's
but then, those are the words.
No, I'm saying that's why it's confusing. That's why I say this. That's why I go back to this. If you physically, whoever it is that you want to engage physically with, if you cannot talk about the very thing that you're about to engage with the person that you want to be physical with, then that means you're not ready to actually do the deed.
So if we talk about it in 2 hours, I'm good to go. Then we're good.
Yeah, because literally
Okay.
talking about it in your head, it registers and you're more calmer
If
and
you
knowing.
talk, not just in your head, like if we talk
Yeah,
about
talk
it.
about it. Yes. Talk about it. That's what I'm
Okay.
saying.
Yeah.
Literally, that's the core thing. Talk about what you're about to engage with physically with
Yes.
the person that you're about to engage with. If you cannot have that conversation, then you are not ready
There's a
to actually
maturity
engage.
to that you're able to talk about it. If
Yeah.
you're not able to talk about it, then you
Then,
should
yeah,
not
that's when it
be
gets awkward.
engaging. Hi, Wix, loving the show. I'm 24, single, and I met this guy 6 months ago, and we became friends. He's my neighbor at work. That means we spend a lot of time together.
Okay.
2 months ago, akasema he loves me, but I had already told him I'm not ready for a relationship. So when he expressed himself, I reminded him my standards, but he says he's gonna wait till I get ready. I feel as if I am explaining it every day to him. Is my no really a no?
That's interesting.
It's very interesting
Now,
because it happens a lot.
Even it happened to me.
Yeah,
In the previous.
yeah.
She was not ready.
Yeah.
She was not ready. But usually, as a guy, when it comes to it and you express that, literally now, just understand that literally you have to get into the mindset of actually seeing you as someone long term, and just even casually be constantly like hang out either in public, whatever, like be engaged more in a public setting, and actually now be able to see like, okay, let me see where this is going. I like the whatever. That just means when a girl says that, that just means that you have not built enough social equity, like you've not built enough equity within my brain to actually now, she may even be going through a past ex or whatever that may be. But now the key thing is now you yourself as a guy, you have to be able to realize that, okay, cool, she has own experiences that she's coming on board with, that maybe she's not past those experiences, and now still we maybe need to engage more socially with each other. Then of course, maybe
That's
something
true.
may blossom
And
from that.
I think she brings out a very important point.
What's that?
Where it's exactly what you just said. Even away from being intimate, it's me saying I'm not willing to be your girlfriend right now. I know we're good friends, but I can't be explaining myself every day. It's like you're not hearing me. I said no, and I explained, and I said I don't want to be in a relationship
And do you know what
right
I hear?
now.
Do you know what I hear?
Yes.
Simon, you're not boyfriend material for me right now. What can happen is you just relax, give me some more time and everything. That's what I hear as a guy.
But why
I'm
are
telling
you
what-
hearing things I'm not saying?
Because
I am saying, please.
Let me
Mr.
say,
Gay.
it's the guys.
So the
It's the
thing
guys'
is,
thing.
I am saying, Simon.
Yes, talk to me. Let me hear you, my dear.
Simon,
Talk to me.
I
Yes.
like you as a friend. We hang out a lot. I know, Simon, you've said you love me
Yeah.
and you want to be in a relationship with me. But I'm telling you that I am not ready to be in a relationship with you.
Yeah, that's
So
okay.
that's the thing. It's very straightforward. So why do you go ahead and try to put words in your head that I might have said or
Because
meant?
just like the way when a guy, it's many cases where what you say is interpreted differently.
Isn't that where the problem is, though? Because
How you
she feels
Yeah.
she feels like she's not being heard. She feels like I've said no,
Maybe
but
it's
now
pressuring too much.
yeah, that's the thing. Because she says, let me just read that again. She says, so when he expressed himself, I reminded him, because she'd already said it. I reminded him of my standards. But he says he's going to wait.
So she has standards.
Till I am ready.
Yeah.
So the guy says he's going
And
to
go,
wait.
wait it
But then
out.
she feels like I feel as if I'm explaining it every day to him. That means there's that thing for Sonyaje, Dumyango.
Pause.
Like,
Did she say no to the wait?
she does not say that. She does
Because
not
now
say
when a
this in
guy
the
says
text.
I will wait means
But
I
then-
will be persistent over time and still see whether that no that you have just told me will actually transact into a yes. Because as a guy, we're used to no's, but now what we're gonna do is we're seeing that literally being honest. This is what really happens. This is how we interpret.
Then it
You're not
needs to
listening to what I'm saying.
change.
Why are you not listening to
I'm
me?
listening, but I'm just wondering,
Yeah.
you interpret this whole thing the way
Diff-
you want it to sound in your head. And it
Exactly.
feels like it's impossible
I'm
or
not
it's
saying it's
hard.
right. I'm saying it's
it's
the
how,
way-
whatever, it feels like it's hard for you to take rejection. You cannot
Yes.
take no. And that's where the problem begins.
Exactly.
Because no is actually a no. And when you start interpreting it to something else, then you're doing that so that you can feel better about yourself.
Not even that. Even many relationships have actually begun. Many relationships even I've been in have begun when the girl is even shocked. I've expressed myself that I actually do care about you, that I actually do
Yes.
love you.
Yes.
Then in the sense that the girl's taken aback. Oh my goodness, I did not actually see this coming like this fast. Then what really happens is then there's a period between now where the girl actually now loves you and the period where you actually love her more is now you as a guy trying to prove yourself in a way that you are seen as a real boyfriend, quote unquote, material. There's that a weird period. That's the weird period that now as a guy, whether you're emotional intelligence, where you see now, okay, maybe Mikali, maybe I should not overbear her, let her finish her show first,
Still be
then
her
after that, now whatever.
friends.
But now that's where now no guy wants to be friend zone where over here say, she'll be my friend. You can give better patty cake. Are you serious? Where? Are you serious? Over here,
Okay,
say,
let's
you're
take
giving
one
bad
more.
advice to men.
Let's take one more question. Hi, Mikali, the show is lead. I think we're overthinking consent. It's a very simple thing. No is just a no. It's basic communication. I love you. Why so? Why, I think you mean, why do men insist on misunderstanding? Simon should explain he's a man. He's tried to explain the things they
From
hear,
a point of view.
they hear in their head, how
Yes.
they encourage themselves when they're told no. So it's no. And that's why the conversation changed and it was alluded that when a woman says no, it's actually a maybe. Now, if you insist on this thing, then the maybe will become a
This
yes.
is not me speaking from my love thing. This is me speaking from some things that are happening within my own personal life.
Oh, yeah? So
It's
what are you
crazy.
saying? You're crossing boundaries,
No, not crossing
Simon?
boundaries.
What are you
literally,
doing?
like people, even if like people you tell people no, literally they seem like I know you're gonna go whatever. Like it's not like being forceful. Just understand that no means give her breathing space and everything. Okay?
Yes.
Like don't just give her breathing space.
Yes.
Doesn't mean no forever because women change their mind all the time. You just said even 2 hours later. It could
I
happen.
said it could happen. It could be anything. It
Yes.
probably was. There was something. There's a shoe. You kicked me. There's a thought. But it does not change the fact with my mouth. I said, Simon, no.
It's okay.
And I don't need to explain why no.
I
just
understand. Don't
need
explain
to
your no.
say no.
Don't explain your no,
Okay.
but understand that the fact that when you tell a guy no, I'm trying to help you understand what it is that registers in our heads.
Okay, and we've had. But we
Yes,
have another
and I'm not
question
gonna
here.
repeat it again.
Hi, Mwikali. I'm Esther from Dandora with the topic, men don't take the answer no seriously because they think you're joking or it's even being rude, or probably they argue that you're not attracted to him and say you're cheating and you have found someone else.
Let me even go further. Literally, when guys when usually they hear no to their very being. Not necessarily understanding that the girl could be saying no because of her issues and it has nothing to do with you.
That's true.
You could be perfectly fine
That is
and
true.
do everything that she wants. It has nothing to do with you as a man, and it has everything to do with whatever she's going
Yes.
through at that moment
is
in
true.
time.
That is
and
true.
that's something that a lot of guys cannot register because that's when we hear no, that's what it is.
Then
Because
you think it's about me. What did I do wrong? What did I,
Yes,
you know?
I might
And
not make you
sometimes
look
it really isn't.
or they
It's
didn't take you
just
to the right restaurant, or is it because whatever or
that
something?
ice cream was too sweet.
Yeah, or something. or even it could even be awkward. It could be just even after a little peck, and then after that, now, oh my God, was it my breath? Was it something? It could
And
be
I
something.
see. So I think as we conclude,
Finally wrapping it up.
yes. So we have like 30 seconds. So
All right.
I don't know. I usually never do this. It's
What?
usually other guys who just, do these conversations.
Uh-huh.
They go and then I'm just moderating. But then today was just here. So I feel like I have a final parting shot.
Go ahead.
Great.
But I also have one too, but go ahead.
Exactly. So I think for me, it will be the same thing I've been saying throughout the show is that consent is yes, no. Consent, if they cross the line, if you cross the line without a yes or a no, if you've not been given consent, that is violation. That's just it for me. That's
Something I would say, something very practical to every guy out there. Look at me dead in my eye. Before you engage with, first of all, when it comes to consent, just understand we have to bear most of the burden because us, it comes to self-control. We just understand it has to come from us.
That is true.
And the main thing is this: if you want to go further with someone else, you have to understand you have to get into a brain first. So hence, talk. If you want to engage physically with someone,
Yes.
talk about what it is that you want to engage with. Paint that picture in her head so she actually even see it and actually maybe even now say, okay, cool, that is actually something I want to engage with, so that it can actually be easier for you, so it doesn't become in a weird friction of like when it comes to last minute, oh no, but she's actually already seen and actually accepted and actually this is where you want to go. And I'm
Social
Simon
media.
says.
Social
Yes,
media.
I was going straight into it.
Get it. Remember, go in it.
Yes, indeed. You can follow me on all social media platforms. If you want a good laugh and some thought-provoking content, I'm Simon Says Mangi on all social media platforms. And this is Mwikali. This is Full Circle. We'll be right back after this break.
You did it. We really did go on a break.
Bye.
We're on a break now.